Without James Brown, there is no hip hop. There is no Prince. There is no Michael Jackson. Every single thing you hear today goes back to James Brown putting the emphasis on the one.
Now let me break it down for the people in the back.
Born May 3rd, 1933 in Barnwell, South Carolina, James grew up in extreme poverty, abandoned, raised in brothels, picked cotton, shined shoes, and danced for pennies on the street. This man came from nothing, and I mean nothing. At 16, he got locked up for theft, and he got juvenile detention. And that's where he earned the name Music Box because of his talent. And there he met Bobby Bird, and that relationship changed his life. Now fast forward to 1956. Please, please, please. 10 people walked out the label office saying it sounded like a man crying. They didn't get it, but the people did. It sold 1 million copies and put James Brown on the map. And from that point on, he never looked back. You want to talk about work ethic. At one point, James Brown was doing 350 shows a year. That's why they call him the hardest working man in show business. The man didn't believe in race. He believed in the stage. He believed in sweat. He believed in excellence. And when you paid for a James Brown show, you got your money's worth every single night. Now let's talk funk. Out of Sight, Papa's Got a Brand New Bag, I Got You, Cold Sweat, Funky Drummer, Sex Machine. Every single one of these records was a shift, a blueprint, a revolution. James Brown changed the drum pattern. He moved the beat to the one, let the horns punch in like percussion and strip the music to the bones. And what came out of it? Funk. The DNA of hip hop, the DNA of sampling, the DNA of every dance floor in the world. But it wasn't just music. In 1968, America was on fire. Dr. Martin Luther King had just been assassinated and riots were breaking out nationwide. And who was the voice that stepped up? Who was the man that stepped on stage and kept Boston from burning down? James Brown. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. A song, a statement, a movement. And to this day, the phrase still empowers. It still resonates. Now, business, this is what people don't talk about enough. James was one of the first black artists to own his own recordings, his own publishing, his own radio stations. In an era where labels robbed black artists blind, he took control. He funded his own tours. He hired his own bands. He built his own empire. He was the blueprint for Master P, for Jay-Z, for Diddy, for every mogul we celebrate today. Now, let's be real. James had his demons. Domestic violence, drugs, weapons, prison. The media loved to play that up. They wanted to paint him as a madman, a cartoon, a joke. But understand this. His influence is way too big to erase. His influence is too deep to deny. Look at his legacy. Michael Jackson studied his footwork. Prince studied his band leading. Hip-hop built itself on his samples. Beyonce, Bruno Mars, Travis Scott, Kendrick Lamar, they all owe a debt to James Brown because he redefined what it meant to be an artist. He made the music move. He made the culture shift. He made the people proud. So when I think back to that night in Albany, when I think about how I wasn't even excited to go, and then I watched a 70-year-old man still doing splits, still commanding the crowd, still setting the stage on fire, I realized something. Greatness don't age. Greatness don't fade. Greatness lasts forever. And James